Hello everyone, welcome to Spanish Video Lessons Week 4, and today we're going to be discussing going shopping. How do we go shopping in Spanish? Or how do we speak Spanish when going shopping? So some of the most important vocabulary words when shopping are money, how to count, clothing items, how to say shirt, pants, I want this, I want that, and also grocery lists, which go back to food. So you want to make sure that you already know the vocabulary words that you are going to use for when you go shopping. So if you're someone that go grocery shopping a lot, you want to be sure that you're aware of the foods that you like. So let's go ahead and start off with some phrases when you are shopping. What do you say? It's very common to say, how much does this cost? ¿Cuánto cuesta? ¿Cuánto cuesta? ¿Cuánto es? How much is it? ¿Cuánto es? Okay? How much does this cost? ¿Cuánto cuesta? Those are important, right? So, of course, if you ask someone, how much does this cost, you want to be able to understand when they repeat to you exactly how much it costs. So, just a quick review of the numbers. I'm going to go ahead and insert a list of numbers right here for you all to look at. And I want you to learn these numbers, memorize these numbers, and how they work, right? So really quickly, most of us know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? And then we have 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And if you notice right here, you start to say 16, 17, 18. So a trick that I like to use is you're pretty much just saying 10, which is 10, and the number. So example, 10 and 6. Okay? 10 y 6. Y means and in Spanish. Now this is just something that I use to help me remember the numbers. 10 y 6. 10 and 6. 10 y 7. 10 and 7. 10 y 8. 10 and 8. Is it literally spelled out as 10 y 8? No, it's spelled 18. So once again, that's just a way that I memorize 18. I think 10 and 8, 10 and 9, 19. But it's not spelled like that. 18, 19. I hope that you all are keeping up here. So once you get from 19 and you go into 20, 20 is 20. Once again, I use the same method. I'll say 21. 22, 23, right? So I'm saying 20 and 2, 20 and 3, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Same thing, same pattern. Okay, so 20 in Spanish is 20. And then you have 30, 40, 50, 60, 80, 90. What is 95? That's right, 95. Okay? And then we have 100. I'm going to stop at 100 because mostly when you're getting change back, it's usually less than $100, right? Let's look at this example. $35. It's going to be, once again, just 35, 35, and then you want to add dólares after it. Dólares. Now, if you're in a place like República Dominicana or Mexico or Venezuela, if you are in some Latin American country, they're not going to say dólares, okay? Usually, because they don't have dollars, they have pesos, okay? So rather it's peso colombiano or peso dominicano or peso mexicano, it's still peso. So they're going to say 35 peso. Except for places that use the US dollars, such as Panama and such as Puerto Rico. They use US dollars there, so they're going to say dólares. Now let's go ahead and go shopping. So let's look at vocabulary list of clothing. You have shirts, you have t-shirt, you have pants, bra. It's pretty much what makes up clothing, okay? So these are vocabulary words of that. And you can practice that, practice these words, saying them. And you notice next to these words you have the word the. So, los pantalones, the pants. La camisa, the shirt. Las camisas, the shirts. In Spanish, whenever the gender is masculine or feminine, if you're talking plural, then it's going to also change the. So for example, if I say the friends, because we don't do that in English, but in Spanish, we do that. Los amigos, those friends. The shirts, las camisas. Basically, you're saying those shirts. Okay? Just don't forget that rule. Whenever it's plural, don't think in English. Don't think how English is. You don't want to make it la camisas. No, las camisas. Okay? The women, las mujeres. It's not la mujeres, las mujeres. Okay? The men, los hombres. So we already discussed this last week. El is the. So what is the plural form of the? Los, right? Los hombres, the man, those men. That's what you're saying. The women, las mujeres. Okay? The houses. So that's what you see here with this list. You see the in the item. And then also keep in mind that the plural form of the for el is los. Plural form of the for la is las. So if you have here, los pantalones, the pants. So practice this vocab list, memorize it, practice using sentences. The only way that you're going to get better and perfect your Spanish speaking skills is if you take what I'm giving you, practice it in real life scenarios. You have to practice it. Go to a Spanish speaking supermarket. Don't freeze up at the register. ¿Cuánto cuesta? How much does this cost? ¿Cuánto cuesta? How much it costs? You know, and they'll respond, cuesta $30. Cuesta 30 pesos. Cuesta 27 dólares. Así. Practice the numbers as well. Go a little farther with that and memorize the numbers. So we're going to go ahead and move on to another phrase that you can use. You want to say, I want to buy. I want to buy blah, blah, blah. Quiero comprar blah, blah, blah. Quiero comprar. So I'm going to test you all a little bit. Remember last week or a few weeks ago, we went over I would like to blah, blah, blah. Okay? So to buy is comprar. How would you say I would like to buy? If you were practicing, you probably know the answer. Me gustaría comprar blah, blah, blah. The same thing as it was in the restaurant. Me gustaría pollo, me gustaría arroz con pollo. You know, the same thing. I would like to buy, I would like to eat, me gustaría comer, me gustaría tomar, me gustaría comprar, blah, blah, blah. And once again, we're going to conjugate these verbs in a different lesson. We just want to get the foundation right now. Get these phrases in your head so that you can already have these phrases to practice with, okay? You don't have to be a perfectionist at Spanish grammar or know all the rules to start having conversations, right? So that's the purpose of this. I want you to get out and start talking.
Señora, quiero comprar esa camisa.
I want to buy that shirt. So, which brings me to something that's very important, and I am sneaking it into this lesson. That. This and that. What is this and that? How do you say that in Spanish? You have three ways to say it. Eso, ese, and esa. So, yes, the word that does have gender. Everything has gender almost. If the word the has gender in Spanish, of course the word that is going to have a gender as well. It's just how it is in Espanol, okay? So for example, whenever that noun, once again, is a feminine noun. For example, house is la casa, the house. So if you want to say that house, it's going to be esa casa, that house. So how would you tell me right now, I want to buy that house? Quiero comprar esa casa. Okay? I want to buy that shirt. Quiero comprar esa camisa. Esa is going to go with the feminine. So another example, woman. That woman. Esa mujer. That girl. Esa chica. Okay? Now, when it's a masculine word, you want to say ese for that. Okay? So example, that car, it's going to be ese carro. Ese carro. I don't want to buy that car. No quiero comprar ese carro. Okay? So that for masculine is going to be ese. Ese hombre. The word espejo is a masculine word. Ese espejo. That mirror. I want to buy that mirror. Quiero comprar ese espejo. ¿Cuánto cuesta? Okay? I know you're probably thinking, Amber, you said there's 3 ways to say that. So what is this last one? Eso. Do not confuse eso with ese. Ese is the masculine that. Esa is the feminine that. Eso is the general that.
Amber, what's the general that?
General that is just when, and mind you guys, these are my terminologies. These are things that I came up with to help me better learn the language. So eso, I call it in general that. Okay? So by in general, I mean, girl, did you know that? I didn't know that. Do you hear me using the word that? But I'm not specifying a specific object or a specific thing. I'm saying in general, like, oh, I didn't know that. I knew that. That's crazy. That's the that means eso. So in Spanish, how do we say that's crazy? Eso es loco. Loquísimo. So crazy. Eso es loquísimo. That is so crazy, right? Also, if I wanted to say, did you know that? ¿Sabías eso? ¿Sabías eso? And another thing, if you're in a restaurant and you want to say, what is that? And you see the cooks behind and you want to ask them, hey, what is that? You're going to say, ¿qué es eso? ¿Qué es eso? That is a general that, because you don't know if it's feminine or masculine. So you're going to say, eso, okay? So you have eso, esa, and ese. So you want to move on to this, which is este and esta. Same thing. So we have este is, can you guess? It's the masculine. Then you have esta is the feminine. It's the same thing. If you want to say, oh, this car is going to be este carro. If you want to say this house, esta casa. Or, I like this woman. Me gusta esta mujer. Okay? I don't like this guy. I don't like this man. No me gusta este hombre. Okay, so there you have it. So now you know how to say este, esta, ese, esa, eso, how to use them in sentences, and you have your vocabulary list that you want to practice and focus on, and you have a few new phrases such as I want to buy, quiero comprar. And of course, you always can add por favor at the end to make it a little bit more polite. And also, you want to be able to say cuánto cuesta. How much does it cost? How much is it? ¿Cuánto es? How much does it cost? ¿Cuánto cuesta? Okay? So these are important phrases. And also, the main thing that's very important when shopping is the numbers and the money. You want to know how to count and to know the responses that they might possibly say to you. Esta camisa cuesta $48. Right? It's important to know that. So this is the foundation. Practice using some of these phrases. I'm giving you guys a little bit of homework. Try to create 10 sentences around using these new vocabulary words that you learned today on the video, and also using some of the phrases that you learned on the video. Practice saying this in voice recorders. Record yourself talking. Respond to yourself. You want to hear how you sound when you're saying these things. Do it all the time. Practice. That's it for today's video lesson. And if you all have any questions for me or confused about anything, don't forget to email me. Muchísimas gracias y hasta la próxima. Adiós.